my voice. It's
Hmm.
unique. It's me. It's, it's like I can't picture myself with any other voice. And it just, yeah, it's because I think your voice can bring something unique to the table. You just kind of have to kind of figure out what that is. And how
Mm.
you figure that out is by, in a sense, like taking it out for dinner, asking it all those questions, getting to know it.
That's so true. Yeah. So, tell me, RC, what got you into voiceover?
Yeah, so I've wanted to be a voice actor since I was like 16. I'm actually a little older. Like I'm like 39, almost 40.
Hmm.
So I just for anyways, like I've had my journey. That's why it's kind of like it's taken me until now to kind of get to this spot. But so over the years I've kind of like held on to that dream. Like I've done things like I did in my own time. I sort of did like a character study. Like I used to be really into the old Transformers series, so I would study Starscream, which is like my favorite character in the
Hmm.
Transformers, and I would just like memorize his lines, try to mirror the voice as much as I could, or at least the mannerism. But
Hmm.
anyways,
Hmm.
yeah. So over time, I just like I would take theater classes, um, and then I actually even did voice acting as a hobby for a few years. I actually also learned a lot about the like kind of like the technical side of things. I have a bachelor's degree in film and digital media,
Okay.
that's why I said I kind of came at this a little bit with a little more head knowledge.
Hmm.
Uh, so um, and yeah, overall, it's just like I've tried like on and off, like going from one direction to the next, maybe seeing if like maybe there's something else for me, but just this dream's held on tight, and it's just like it doesn't want to let go. So I'm like, I can't see myself doing anything really else, but I also do want to create like my own project stuff and maybe build a business around it. That's why I was a film student.
Hmm.
So my dream is to be a voice actor and to make my own animation projects where I could voice act in.
Oh, okay. So you want to make your
Yeah.
own projects as well?
Yeah. But one step at a time. I'm kind of like right now trying to put more emphasis on the voice acting spot. And in my free time, kind of I'm working on stuff right now and hopefully in the future. But for now, the voice acting thing's coming first.
Okay. Okay. So, how have you been finding your Samurai as a Sound member resources?
Uh, you mean how have I been enjoying it so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. I will be honest. It wasn't until yesterday that I really kind of started to really kind of dive into
Mm-hmm.
it because
Mm-hmm.
I was like the first week I started off. Like I told you, I was a little kind of like I underestimated how much there was, so I wasn't sure. But then I kind of reached a point where I was a little paralyzed. Like I just like could not push myself to just move forward, and it was tough. It was like something was just keeping me from actually jumping in, and then when I finally did it yesterday, I loved it. Like I mean, like I'm only like kind of just a little bit in. I kind of been learning more about the kind of business side, like uh the sole proprietor kind of aspect of things, which I find fascinating. And also too, I kind of the little I was learning, I was like, I've actually kind of dabbled a little bit in this kind of realm because once upon a time, I actually trained to be a pastor in college ministry. And it sort of was kind of similar because, like, one of the things we had to do was like network because we were nonprofit. So I actually had to raise funds and all that stuff. So I was like hearing some things that were similar, but a lot of things that were just way different. And I'm just like, so overall, I've been finding it fascinating just learning this business aspect, but also too, it's like I mentioned before, like I want to do my own project stuff. Just learning this stuff now is kind of helping me kind of like get in that mindset for what I want to do later in like down the road. So yeah, I love what you guys offered so far. I'm just really impressed, and I barely have scratched the surface of what you guys have there.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's great. We love to hear that. That people like you are really digging into the material and getting a lot out of it. That's why we designed it. So that's great to
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah, that's why I chose you guys because like I mean it was between you guys and Steve Bloom, but I have a friend who's done your guys' workshops in the past, and she just based on the little testimony I had learned from her, it sounded like there was a more personal touch to it. I mean, I don't know about Steve Bloom's side of things, but I wasn't catching that, but I was catching it with you guys, and so far I've been it's been exactly what I was expecting.
Well, good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's only three of us here.
Hey, JC. Yeah,
Right.
one of the emails that was supposed to be sent out was a little bit late, so that's why we're seeing a slower trickle of people. But the email was sent out just now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm seeing some comments in the YouTube stream here. Ashley
Yeah.
Maria VA says hello, and Hayden says hey. Hayden says, I'm
Yeah.
thinking of signing up soon, just getting equipment sorted. Used to be an actor as a teenager, so want to get back into it. Well, that's great. I'll reply to
Oh,
that.
so your name's RC, my friend, right?
Yes, RC Rivers is my name.
My name's
And
JC. Nice to
JC.
meet. Yes.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, JC. I
Nice to meet
appreciate
you.
someone else with no C in their name like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I can say I've been to Steve Bloom's seminar, you know. I went to one of them when Karen Strassman was there because I wanted to see what it's like. I'll say it talks more about the business aspect. It's not like hands-on. I'm not saying he doesn't have any skills to offer, but I'm more of a hands-on learner, so that's why I like about Strawberry Hill or Real Voice LA because it's more hands-on. I learn better when, I interact with the teacher, not like a seminar. Like seminars are nice, but that's more like for business aspect. No
Yeah.
disrespect for him, obviously, because we
No.
did have Mary Elizabeth Glenn teach us right here, and Mary Elizabeth Glenn is his wife and also a voice acting director. So I guess now he has a better reason not to sleep on the couch at night.
Well, I've met Steve Bloom, and he's such a great guy. In fact, I still have a video on my iPod that he recorded, giving me like encouragement about chasing after the dream of voice acting. So yeah, no, I like I said, it was between him and this one, and I just like you said, I kind of there was something more I was looking for, especially for my learning style, and I just felt like this one matched. But from what I've seen on his classes, I loved like just the little master class, the free one he gives. I was just like it touched me. So I know if I had done it, I would definitely not have regretted it. But at the same time, I was just choosing based off what I kind of needed right now for what I'm doing.
Yeah, because like for me, I'm more of a hands-on learner because I I have ASD, so it's Asperger's and ADHD, like sort of like how Tom Cruise has it,
Mm-hmm.
where basically so like people like Karen know how to work with me because Karen Strassman, she's amazing and she has dyslexia. Even though it's different, she knows how to work with me, and that's what I like right there. Because sometimes I get a little too intense, sometimes I speed through, and that's why I like just people that know how to work with me in those certain areas right there.
Okay. Actually, I'm glad you said that because I also have ADHD, and this is something that I got diagnosed later in life, and I'm only in the last couple years have I started to understand how that's been impacting me. And I know for a fact, like it's like you said, some of the things you said, it's just like, especially when like you're around others, it's like you're aware of it when you're kind of talking to some like by yourself or maybe a one-on-one thing, but when you're with others, sometimes it's like you lose the focus, and next thing you know, you're going 1,000 miles a second. So I get that.
And, and that's what like when you have people that know how to work with you with that, it's like I said, it's like many famous people have it. The creator of Pokemon has it. Albert Einstein had it. And then who else had it? Oh yeah, Tom Cruise, like I said, had it as well. And look at him, he's a great actor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just funny, and it's just a matter of you finding the skills to navigate around whatever it is that you are experiencing, and that's just anything's possible. It's like Doc Brown says in Back to the Future, if you set your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
That's so true. I wanted
Mhm.
to take the moment to welcome some new faces I see. Victoria, welcome. Nice to have you on. And the sweetest VA, Welcome.
Hello.
Great name.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you.
I believe this is. I don't think I've met you before. Welcome and tell us about yourself.
Hey, it's good to meet all of you guys. I'm the sweetest VA, namesake. I've been wanting to really deep dive in the industry for about roughly like 7 to 8 years, and ever since I was like, oh, I don't know, roughly like 16, 14-ish.
Mhm.
And it's just been a dream. And so I've been working hard. I've got myself an audio interface, a mic. I have a YouTube, TikTok, and whatnot in which I record skits. I've had a lot of brain fog lately, so I haven't been able to contribute, but I'm actively trying to get back into doing those things, and I'm happy to be here with all of you today.
Wonderful. And how did you hear about Samurai as a Sound?
I recall me being in a Discord that was like it was like the voice acting Discord, and I think I met someone who was like within this server, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to join?" And I was like, "Oh, sure." It was like in the Strawberry server, and ever since then, I think there was something that I connected my email to, and I was like, "Yes, give me emails. Let me know when stuff's going on." But I haven't been able to like keep up with stuff. So,
Hmm.
and I saw this, and I have time to be here, so I was like, "Okay." Let me just join this Zoom meeting. I haven't really been in the Zoom. It literally downloaded like like 3 minutes ago before I got here.
Did you use the link we gave? It's like download Zoom.
Yeah, that's
Oh, good.
exactly precisely what I use. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait. I'm gonna meet like some cool people to help me get some like advice to really get out there because it's been aching in my mind for so long.
Well, good. Good. You've definitely come to the right spot. We're basically all about giving you all the resources you need to succeed in your voice acting career. So,
Also, is that Kurapika in your profile picture?
Yes.
Fun fact, I met Eric. I met Erica Harcher, and did you know that Karen does the voice of Palm Siberia?
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's cool. What?
and also welcome to Ruby Lopez. Welcome.
Hello, how are you? Nice to meet everyone.
Nice to meet you. Tell us about yourself.
So I am brand new, completely brand new into voice acting. I've been focused the last 2 years in taking acting classes. So like acting in itself is very new to me. I do work in the entertainment industry, but as a post supervisor
Mhm.
and as a producer and a post production production manager as well.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, and, but like, I was actually looking to potentially direct a feature and I decided to take an acting class and I fell in love with acting. So I've been like working on that craft for like 2 years. And just started exploring voiceover. Did not have the confidence to do any voiceover classes that had to deal with character.
Mhm.
So I started doing voiceover um, classes for like audiobooks and commercials.
Mhm.
And now, but I feel my acting's gotten a lot more stable after 2 years.
Mhm.
And so I think I would like to explore voiceover and animation character and dubbing voiceover as well. I
Oh,
think
that's
I
great. We
now
have
have the
courses for all of. Go ahead.
and then I've always followed Karen.
Mhm.
Karen actually voiced a project that I am a producer on like years ago, and so I've been always following her since then. She was one of the characters on it, like that's like over 10 years ago. So and then I saw she was doing this, and I'm like, oh, I should like look into this. And I've been following you guys, but like honestly, I just did not have the confidence to join anything because I didn't think I had anything to contribute.
Oh,
And,
you certainly do. You have actually, wow, that was so awesome hearing you share about your experience as a producer and working with Karen. What was the name of the project that you were working on that you were
it's
redirecting or
always like, so it's one of those things, and Karen, if she hears it, she's gonna go. So it's really still happening because it happened so long ago. It's actually an animated documentary
Hmm.
uh, about a balloonist, a French balloonist, and she actually voiced the title character.
Hmm.
But it's been hand drawn for the last over 15 years, over 10 years, 15 years now, by the animator herself. It looks beautiful. It's like actually it looks beautiful, and it's gonna get done. And you know, if I talk to Karen, I'm just gonna go, is it? And I'm like, it's still being drawn, and it's like, you know, animation, and since she's hand drawing it predominantly herself, um, and so she's like, the styles changed, and then she's just finding more information about it, and
Hmm.
actually really cool. It's a really cool little piece. So it's called The Fantastic Flights of Sophie Blanchard.
Wow. One more time, the fantastic
Flights of Sophie Blanchard.
Sophie Blanchard. That's
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah,
yeah,
and hand-drawn animation. That's no joke. That's very labor intensive. So it's really cool that the animator has stayed persistent, throughout the years, keeping on the work.
it's a
Um,
project. So she works and then she draws and she works and she draws.
mhm.
So, but it's her animation has always been very beautiful. So it will get done because it ended up being it's a feature.
Right.
So and it's one day, one day.
Well, we work very closely with Karen. We do several workshops with her per year, and members can voice on a project with her actually that she's featured on, called Echoes of Eternity. And let's see, on the schedule right now, we have Karen in October for Creatures and Monsters. We just recently had an ADR workshop where we did some anime dubbing for Bleach with
Oh,
Karen.
I'm also a big anime fan. Bleach is one of my favorites. So
Great. Yeah, I think JC and Miss Larissa were there.
Yeah, I was there. It was amazing. And I was about to say, you know, it must be very fun to work on a project with her. And it's like every time I'm in a class with her, I learn better with her because she knows how to work with me. She knows the advice to give me, and she did three of my favorite characters in Bleach as well. So it's like you're in the right place. And even if you say you don't have voice acting experience, we're not gonna eat you alive like bears. So it's like no need to fear.
I just, I just don't, I didn't feel that I had good character voices or can come up with character voices, especially since I love anime so much. I always like, I always, I have a judgment on myself on it.
What what
And I just started getting comfortable with doing narrative audiobooks, and I wouldn't touch that for a long time because I just didn't think I could do narrative. So I was just focusing on nonfiction because I thought that would be better. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm getting more confident, and I'm like, I think I have too much judgment on myself and my voice.
hmm And honestly, it's like I said, it's like, it's like Joshua Seth would say to me when I learned in his class, your voice is like a muscle. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about them, looking like the Hulk. Worry about yourself. Worry about your own muscle, your own voice muscle, and then your own progress. We're not going to make fun of you. We're not going to laugh because you're working on it. That's the important part right there. And even if you slip up, you always have a chance to improve right there. It's like Picasso drawing the circle all over again and over again.
So I have we're talking about features. I have an announcement to make. I don't have all the details yet, but there will be a casting call coming up soon for Samurai as a Sound members for a feature film that the studio is involved with. We're doing all the sound for it. So sound design, dialogue, ADR, music, and Foley. And mixing, mastering. So there will be a casting call. We need some ADR especially. And I don't have all the details. We're actually putting together a list of the exact voiceover that we will need right now. So within hopefully next week, you'll hear more details about that. It's paid non-union gig for not that much voiceover actually, but yeah, it'll be a paid gig. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
ADR, I think I just learned that term. Is that kind of like the background voices?
Close. You're probably thinking of Walla.
Okay.
Yeah, Walla is like those background sounds that you'll often hear in the back of scene. Um, ADR is short for automated dialogue replacement, and oftentimes in features, they'll have boom mics above the characters or lav mics capturing the audio, but not all of that audio is entirely usable
Mm-hmm.
due to various factors. Maybe there's background noise or it wasn't a good recording. So oftentimes what will happen is the actors will come back in at the end after in post production and re-record those lines. In this case, there a lot of the ADR happens for characters that you can't really see their mouths moving. They're like these like mercenary characters behind a mask. So it'll be quite simple and straightforward to record the audio for it because you won't be like matching like lip flaps or anything. So
Right.
and it's just a few lines, and then one of them, we don't again. I don't have all the details yet, but I think there's one character that has obviously lots of audio recorded for her. She's one of the main characters, but she needs a couple of lines too. So we would have to like try to match the voice. We don't have all the details worked out for that yet, but there definitely will be a casting call in the next few days.
Okay. Quick question, like how often do you guys do casting calls? Before I joined, I did notice another one.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, does that happen a lot?
Yeah, we try to give our members as many opportunities as possible, and the Echoes of Eternity casting call, which is probably what you're referring to, is an
Yeah.
ongoing one. Even if you missed, for example, if you are interested in voicing in it, you can, as a member, you can actually submit production audio, and if you weren't cast in the first edition of the episode, we'll still incorporate your voiceover for one character into an alternate edition, and it's a series as well, so there's multiple episodes. So we cast the first edition of the first episode, and we haven't quite finished up casting for the second episode yet. So if you did submit voiceover for the second episode, there's still a chance to be cast in the first edition of that second episode, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, as often as we can, we try to involve. We will have film projects coming in. We'll have documentaries coming in. We'll have video game projects coming in. So yeah, we try to give our members that exposure in that sense.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I mean, I guess it's gonna encourage me to get my recording booth built faster. It's just been sitting as a pile of phone sound panels because I took it apart from my old one. So that sounds really cool. I like that.
Oh, that's a question. Is like if you want to, I'm not. I mean, I've been following you guys for a while, but I haven't signed up for anything. You know, as I mentioned, my confidence level. But like, if I wanted to, get a chance to audition for something like that, do we need to have like our sound booth and stuff all figured out already? Because that I have not still figuring that out.
Well, if you're talking about getting like the production audio in one of our productions, like we would typically want the audio to be of a certain quality. However, part of what we offer is a platform or a resource for you to help get you set up. So that includes, you get an onboarding consultation with the membership where we can help you set up your stuff. And also we have a partnership with Sweetwater Sound where if you don't have any equipment, you can easily purchase everything that you'll need to get started in one bundle that's discounted. So we can offer you that as well. And just, advice. You can always reach out to us and ask questions, right? Does that answer your question?
Oh yeah. I've just been very not very good about setting up all my stuff. Like, I have Audacity like downloaded, but haven't figured out how to do it myself. And I have a mic and I have stuff. I'm just like, I look at it and I get overwhelmed and I run away. So.
What kind of, so you have a mic, is it a mic that has an audio interface, like a box next to it, or is it a mic that just uses USB into the computer?
It has something like I signed up for another program for like you know uh, and they sent me a bunch of stuff, but like I got overwhelmed with figuring out how to do it, so I just put it aside and I just focus on like the learning aspect of it. And just haven't done the actual practical stuff, even though I keep telling them that next month I'll do it, and I haven't. So that's on me, and I understand that. So
Yeah, I mean, you can send us a if you send like a picture of all your equipment or like a description, we might be able to help give you some guidance,
yeah,
in a
and
way
I'm
that's
finding
like
a room
structured.
in my house, like the space where you're, so that's a lot quieter, to be able to do like a closet or a room that I could just pad,
Yeah.
so that I don't have an official booth. I mean, I don't know.
Ruby, if I may, if you when I joined up, I spent a couple of my private sessions just getting my sound system set up. Yeah, I record in a closet, but getting the mic, the gain settings, and all the little levels and things just right. So that was a big boost to my confidence, was knowing that I had a one-on-one session with one of the professionals here and was able to get myself sounding good. So what that's worth.
Great. No. I think it's like you said, it's that confidence level. And I think the realizing that once I get this all set up, it becomes real, that it's now time to actually do something with it rather than just like learning or getting comfortable. It's like once you're set up, you don't have any room to like say you can't go after an audition. So that is a good point. Thank you very much.
Fair warning, if you record in your closet and you go into a one-on-one, there's always a danger that your recording session or your technical session does turn into a fashion parade. Fair warning is a danger.
I've heard
Oh,
that.
I swear I had a question on my mind. I'm so sorry. It was like brewing.
What, a brain fart?
Yeah, but shoot. More of a wait, no, it hit me. I had a bit of an epiphany. So I've been like I said, I'm probably compared to everyone, I'm still fairly like an amateur since I'm nervous. I'm 22, still trying to like get things going here. Uh, I have a question. I've always been keen on helping people get their voice acting improved in certain ways, and I've always like stated that a good way is to get uh man, it's slipping. I'm remembering. Hold on. Jeez. It's it's a certain thing. I always did this when I was like coming up when I was like 17, 16-ish. I used to mimic like voices and whatnot, like impressions and whatnot. And hell, if I'm forming this question correctly, do you think that impressions are like a good way to like find a gateway into the voice acting industry? Because I have people who constantly ask me this question. I'm like, I'm not sure, but it's something that's cool to do.
Yeah, impressions are really great practice for stretching your voice into new areas, maybe that you haven't tried before. It's sorry, I was reading a comment. Yeah. So the thing to remember about impressions is that they're helpful, as I think, definitely to practice and to have fun, right? With the voice acting. But if you're thinking about like recording like a demo reel, for instance, to start getting your, shopping around for like an agent or on the online auditioning platforms, impressions are not going to be what you'll want to be focusing on. They're good for, exploring and and practicing, but then you'll want to kind of find what your unique value is like what your money voice is, right? So, and that's something that we can help you with as well. And we do one-on-one trainings, private trainings as well, where we can explore some of that. But impressions can be a good jumping off point, I would say, if you're kind of using them to do like a theme and variations, if you will, and kind of craft your own character voices. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Also, I noticed you got a really sick Dragon Ball shirt, and I appreciate that. That's just tidbit. That's where I started off with my impressions. I do a ton of them. I would love to show them, but I bet everyone has like a lot of questions already on their mind, and I don't want to like take up any time. But it's like an instinct. It's like getting to know me and meet me. That's like the first thing I'll always tell everyone. Hey, I can do these impressions. They're like, what? How many can you do? I don't know. You want to find out? And I just like go on like a whole like a shopping list full of them. But thank you for answering my question.
Of course.
I have a question since you're the tech guy. So the mic that I have that I currently would use for voice acting is an Aston Origin. But I have something on here that I've always been kind of confused about. Maybe you can answer. So it's called I think a high pass filter.
Mhm.
Do you know a lot about that? And if so, like how often would you use something like that?
Right. Yeah. So the high pass filter, what that's going to do. So do you know what equalization or EQ is?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like 100% like I understand it 100%, but I understand it decently enough.
Enough. Okay. So so basically it's a common tool that is used in audio where you have the low frequencies of a sound, like the more boomy aspects on the left, from left to right, and then the high, like kind of like high as you go up the sound spectrum, you get into like sibilants and consonant sounds.
Oh yes.
That's on the right, so left to right, low to high. So that's the equalization spectrum. And what a high pass filter is doing is it's basically now I'm mirrored, I think. So I'm looking at my screen here. Yeah, so I gotta be a weatherman. So what a high pass filter is doing is it's saying we only want the highs to pass through. We don't want the lows to pass through. So it's going to take those lows and it's going to bring them down. That's basically what it's doing. It's bringing the lows down. But it typically, if you're looking at the graph, it looks like why don't I just show you? I can pull up Logic and actually just do a little mini demo.
Yeah, Austin, show it. Show, don't tell.
Yeah, I'm not a weatherman. That takes some serious skill.
Austin, do you prefer Logic to Audacity then?
Actually, no. We use Logic in the studio because we're often dealing with like music production. But Audacity works just fine for voiceover. There's no reason not to use it. It's free and it's cross-platform and it's pretty easy to use. So there's no reason why you shouldn't use it. Okay, let's see.
And it doesn't charge you an arm or a leg because if you're using if you're using Adobe, it's not worth 600 or something like that a year or a month if you're not getting what you asked for. So it's like it's better to use what you have right there. It's like no one's asking you to spend $1 million.
So
for
can
voice
everyone
production.
see? Is everyone looking at Logic right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, see it.
All right. So this is an audio track. You might have. Maybe I can record some voiceover real quick. Hello, my name is Austin. Testing. I don't have my inputs configured, so I'm not going to waste time with that. But so you put effects on the track, or in this case, the question was about a high-pass filter switch that's on the microphone. But it's the same thing. So this is an EQ we were talking about. Lows on the left side, highs on the right side. And this would be well, I have it backwards actually. This would be a high pass filter. That's what the high pass filter looks like. It scoops out all that low end so just the highs can come through. And what it results in is this thin kind of sound. In the context of a microphone, what it's probably doing is more like this, like around 70 hertz, which is going to get rid of like mic bumps and like low hums you might have in the background. But if you're a man with a deep voice, it might actually scoop out some of your frequency spectrum. So that's something to be aware of. You would want to know. I would want to know what frequency is actually being affected. Like this is like 60 or 70. Like to me, that's okay. But if it's like getting into 90, 100, that's when you want to be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't use this. And overall, you know, if you have a good recording space, you don't really need a high pass filter. So if you can switch it off, that's what I would recommend. You can always do that filtering in the DAW, and it's more flexible because you can make changes to it. Once you record that high pass filter with the microphone, that's your signal. You can't change it after that. So I wouldn't recommend using it. But if you're solving this very specific problem, like let's stop my share here. If you're solving a specific problem like you have a low hum or something, then yeah.
Okay. So how would I know if it's like on? Because like I'm not, because like I mean, like I've done my research trying to figure things out, and it's just like I guess maybe this is where I don't fully understand my mic as well as I should, but it's just like I mean, I guess because I guess I don't know. I mean, like how, because like to me it's just like I said with the switch, it just has like a line that's like,
Can you hold
I
it a little
guess-
more still up to the camera?
yeah. Do you see it? Oh, sorry. Hold on. Hold
Rotate
on.
the other way.
There we go.
Uh,
Right there.
I can't. Hold on, let me pin you. Yeah, it's too low resolution. I can't quite make it out. But
Okay. Well, pretty much all it shows is like a straight line and then another line that goes down. That's pretty much all it
okay, yeah,
shows.
that tells me enough. So the line that goes down, that's the high pass filter. So you don't want the switch pointed to that,
Okay.
unless like I said, you're doing it for a specific reason, like you have a low hum or something. I personally would just keep it to the flat line.
Okay, so that's good to know because I wasn't sure between the two. Since you kind of mentioned this, if you don't mind me asking, so when I was doing my final project for my film program, I was recording in my old booth, which was in my kitchen closet. It's kind of a small space, and while I had the whole booth, like the whole walls were covered in the phone sound panels, my production teacher made a comment where he said my booth was good for voiceover but not voice acting. And the reason why he said that was because I was recording a character
So how do I
that
He's
was
already gone.
was in like a forest area, but when he was listening to the audio, he could tell I was in a booth, like in a small space. So is it true that it's like you kind of want, like, I know you, like, in post-production you can edit that kind of stuff, but is it more preferable to have a more open space compared to a closed off space, even if it's sound treated?
So I don't know about the comment about like you have a good space for voiceover versus voice acting. I think he may have been talking about something very specific to that circumstance, because to me, if you have a good space, it'll work for anything. And if your space is not good, then
Hey, Austin.
then it's
I am
going
better late
to-
than never.
oh, no worries. Then it's going to need to be, you're going to need to treat it a little bit better, because you don't want that room tone coming in. Now, as I'm looking at your background, it doesn't look like you're in that same space. It looks like you're in more of a controlled booth, right?
No, so right now I'm in my bedroom. In fact, I'm gonna where I was before was, it's like it's in my kitchen. So it's like it's pretty much the small size of a closet. And I had just a bunch of phone sound panels. So it's like it's really small. In fact, it didn't have light. I could probably maybe, like, I don't know, I can't really judge the space, but I had only so much room to move around. So it was just
Right.
like it was really closed in, and those panels were just really, like, probably not that pretty close to me in
Oh,
terms
okay.
of.
Like really close.
Yeah.
I mean, in general, I would say that a smaller space is better, because you're not going to get as much reflections from the wall. But if it's the walls are super close, like you're saying, that might be playing a role. So And you know, you can send us some audio that you record in each space if you like to use that space for some reason.
Yeah.
You can send us recordings from that space and from the space you're in now, and like, hey, can you compare and contrast these? That's something that we can help you out with. And it's hard to tell over Zoom, but from what I can tell, your audio right now sounds pretty good. But again, it's over Zoom, so I can't really say for sure. But that space you're in looks to be well thoughtfully treated. And, yeah.
Well, the mic I'm using right now is my Shure mic, so it's a dynamic mic. So the mic I had, like I was showing earlier, that's the mic I would use more for voice acting. So it's like I'm in my bedroom right now, so I think it might be more this mic, but I don't know. Maybe that's something that maybe one of these days you and I could talk more about, just so because I would love a better understanding of like how to treat a room better, all that stuff. So but because I mean I understand enough, but I just there's still a lot I can learn about.
Yeah, I would start by just go ahead and send me. I'll put my email in here. Send me your a few recordings in each space, and then we can go from there.
I'll have to find one because as of like a few months ago, the booth was torn down. But I might still have recordings from that time still.
Oh, well, if the booth is torn down, then do you plan on using it again or
no? No. Like I was just curious if you could. I was just curious about because I was building I'm planning on building a new space over here. So what you see behind me is actually a wall divider. What I'm planning on doing is using this to like put the panels on there because the space I have is there's not walls covering the whole area. So I want to give myself a bit more room, but at the same time have flexibility to kind of move the wall around when I want to use it for other reasons.
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to help. So you can, just go ahead and send me some audio and have a listen to it.
Yeah, will do. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so for those of you who are coming in the last few minutes, just to recap, we don't have all the details yet, but probably within the next week, we will be officially announcing a casting call for a film that the Strawberry Hill Studio is working on. It's like an action film, and we need a few more mercenary kind of masculine voices, and then possibly a female voice that would be trying to match another character as well. But I don't have all the details yet, so but I just want to put that out there because we're really excited about it. We've been working nose to the grindstone on it, so we're excited about that. And let's see, any other questions that have come up? We've been talking about a lot of interesting topics.
Oh yeah, the D&D shop. When's the D&D shop?
Yes, Voices and Choices, our role-playing workout will be. Let me get the calendar pulled up. I haven't put it in the system yet, but we did pin down a date, because I have been sufficiently bugged about it. I'm looking forward to it too. It's just we've been so busy. Okay, when did I have it for? 1 second here. Oh yeah, it's on a Wednesday.
That was on Tuesdays.
We have to switch it. We have to switch it to Wednesdays. It'll be a Wednesday, August 20th.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So if you want to write that down, just save the date. If you just keep an eye on your email, when we have it in the system to register for registration. Bugs, Miss Source is putting bug. Yes, Victoria, there will be there will be an email sent when we have it in the system. And in the meantime, as Miss Larissa says, you can just keep bugging me.
So Austin, I picked up a thing at the Pride Festival. It's an RPG in a box.
Cool. What does that entail?
It's got teeny little dice.
Aw.
And it's got and it's got instructions so you can't really see this. And it's actually got these little squares that you can put together to be the map for your adventure.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
So yeah, so now you can just pack your RPG, your little pin, and all it along. There's room in here also for some mints and some gum and maybe chapstick. And so now you can always have your RPG on the go, and you never have to worry that you can't fire up an RPG on a moment's notice.
That's wonderful. And for those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, as a Samurai Sound member, you can play in our roleplay events for free, included in the membership. And then we meet periodically to do role-playing. Role-playing it's good for improvisation and character building, and yeah, responding to yes-anding to what the other players are inputting, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun at the same time, so it's a plus.
What day is it?
It's gonna be what did I say? Wednesday, August 20th at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. I can write that down.
Okay.
In the chat. Yep. And then let's see, some other things to be aware of include that we will be having our recording for your voice acting demo reel, recording and editing for your voice acting demo reel, which is my techie workshop we got a little taste of a few minutes ago. That will be in just over a month on August 27th. If you are a black belt member, you can attend with your comped ticket. If you are a red or white belt member, you get your 30% discount. And otherwise, you can buy a ticket full price, and you can do that using this link, recording and editing. Demo reel workshop. Oh, I'll put that in the stream as well for those of you on the stream. Any questions about that workshop? We kind of covered a little bit about
What
it.
would you need to bring prepared for that workshop? What homework would you need to do?
It's a good question. Typically, just being in your home studio, having a way to record audio. At the very least, having some way to record audio, but preferably, in your setup, in your studio setup, as you would be recording for an audition or a gig. And we will
So do
provide.
you need to pick a clip like a?
No,
royalties
we'll provide
free?
scripts from our own library that you can practice on. I suppose you could use the Bleach scripts as well if you wanted to, but you could bring your own if you want. If there's something that's specific, you're like, oh, I'd love to get some feedback on this. But so we'll be recording those. We'll show the process of. I'll give a little bit of direction, and then we'll show the process of doing some editing in Audacity. How, if you have multiple takes, how you would chop them up and comp them together. Oftentimes we like take the best parts of each take and edit them. So we're showing that. I'll be showing those techniques associated with that, and some basic processing, like we talked about EQ, but I'll show you some more in-depth EQ, a tool called a compressor, and a de-esser, a couple of just basic things to be aware of when you're editing your voice. And then so we'll edit the takes together, and then talk a little bit about, for voice acting demo reel, especially if it's a character reel, you'll want like sound effects and music. So we'll talk about what goes into that, and doing mixing for that, and the mastering process. So yeah, it's just kind of an overview of the recording process from start to finish, essentially.
sounds really good. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, and if you're using that link, just be sure to put in if you have a member coupon code to use that.
And Miss Larissa, are you making your husband sleep on the couch?
Not sleep. No, he's just sitting on the couch.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought you did something wrong.
No.
Well, other than that, yeah, so far, yeah, the creatures and sounds workshop sounds pretty exciting. And then so far with everything that's going on, yeah, I'll be sure to, yeah, I'll email you and Raj about what scripts I want for the accent, how's this? For the accent demo reel, and then I'll be sure to put the payment in.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I sent you those links. Just let me know if you want me to send them again.
Got it.
Victoria had a comment, not quite sure I understand. But I don't know. And let's see. I'd love to hear from some people. I think there's some new faces in here. I don't know if we've heard from Jaredin yet. Maybe. I think he had his camera on earlier. Let's see. How about James? James, are you there?
Hello, Austin.
Oh, James. I know you. James is our coordinator.
Yeah, just hopping in, getting to know the community.
Wonderful, welcome. Yeah, we've been working very closely with James over the last few weeks to outreach for new members. Yeah, so that's been great. Michelle, are you there? Welcome.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Can you tell us about yourself?
Yeah, so I think this is my second time attending like a community event. The last time I attended was like a few months ago, I think.
Mhm.
Been voice acting for like maybe a little over a year so far. So, yeah. Going well so far, yeah.
Cool. What was it about voice acting that drew you in?
I think it was just like a lot of like shows that I watch, kind of just like I will like look at them and be like, I would love to be a part of that like one day somehow.
Mhm.
And then I discovered voice acting. I got like my first microphone for Christmas as a Christmas gift. And it was kind of just me doing like some research on it, kind of trying to get familiar with the microphone. And then that's how I discovered voice acting. Because I think the microphone it was like the blue
The Blue
blue ice
Yeti?
ball. Yeah. Um so that was the one I asked for and that's the one I got and just like kind of upon like doing some research, I seen people were using it as like beginner microphones for voice acting. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a good beginner mic for sure. That's the Blue Yeti mic, right? You said the ice ball?
Yes. Oh, blue snowball. Yes.
Oh, blue. Okay. Oh, blue snowball. Let me do a quick search on that. Oh, okay. That's the one you have now?
No, the one I have now is the MLX 990.
919. Oh, 990. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just doing a little search on it. Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
not,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say I'm not using a microphone right now. The microphone you're hearing right now is just from my laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So you've got a nice setup.
Yes.
Victoria says I think that one's highly suggested, so that's good.
Yeah. Um, I'm questioning if I bought it too prematurely though, because like my whole like booth setup right now is a closet setup. So yeah.
You know, that's how it is for most. For shouldn't say most, but many of us with closet
Mhm.
setups. You know, you oftentimes they're ideal if you have the right kind of linens around clothes to absorb a lot of that sound around you. There's nothing wrong with a closet setup, really. If
Okay.
you are able to set up your laptop in there and get your DAW and your microphone and pop filter, and yeah, you can totally make it happen.
Yeah, no, because the recent like problem I ran into was like after recording, I like took the recording into like Audacity and I was like listening to it in Audacity and it sounded fine.
Mhm.
But upon exporting it, I was listening back and maybe it was just me after hearing it so many times, it sounded almost a bit more, I want to say echoey a little bit. So
Mhm.
like I said, maybe just me being sensitive to it after having listened to it so many times, but
Yeah, or it could be something that you need to address. So if you want a second opinion, we can do we can have a listen to it. Typically that's something we'll do for Samurai Sun members. We'll do a little voiceover analysis of your recording.
okay.
Let's see, and we heard from Victoria a little bit. Welcome back. Zion, are you there? I think.
Yes, I am.
Hello, welcome. Can you tell us about yourself?
Um, I'm 19. I'm in community college studying filmmaking, and I've been getting a little into voice acting lately. I saw the Transformers 1 movie and Brian Tyree Henry in it. Just that's what it was for me. And because I want to be a director, and I started out wanting to be an actor, but that's the first thing that like pushed me towards voice acting. It's a really good movie. I love it. But sort of nerding out about Transformers. I think I saw like an Instagram ad about this with Tara Strong on it, and I signed up for some email thing, and I kind of just forgot about it. And I'm off today, and I saw a Zoom meeting, so I just clicked on it because why not?
Nice. Well, thank you for joining us. Yeah, we often spend we spend some time nerding out about Transformers over here for sure. So you're in good company. I'm glad that was such an inspiring work of art for you. That's really great. So okay, cool. Well, we are coming in for a landing here a little bit, but I would give you more of a rundown on kind of who we are and what we do, but you can always use this link to book a one-on-one consultation with us if you're curious about more of what we have to offer you with your voice in regards to your voice acting career. So you can use that. It's a free consultation, and we'll talk more in depth about your specific career aspirations, right? So
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, one last thing. Speaking of Transformers 1, Steve Bloom voiced some voices in there, and then Isaac C. Singleton Jr. voiced Darkwing, who he also voiced Soundwave in Transformers War for Cybertron. And he was also Sagat in Street Fighter.
I did not know that.
Very cool. All right. Well, any last minute questions before we sign off here?
Yeah, I got one. What's like, what mic are you using, and what's usually like the recommended mic for most voice actors?
Well, that is a good question. What we're using here is more of a mic that's designed specifically for podcasting. It's called the Electro Voice.
Okay.
But you can use it for various needs. We often use it for our podcasting clients in the studio, the Electro Voice. However, what we recommend you already have a couple of different microphones. So what I would recommend for you is work with what you have, right? I mean, you don't need to go dropping a bunch of money on the next, shiny piece of equipment.
Right.
If you didn't have a setup, I would recommend our bundle with Sweetwater Sound. It comes with the Scarlett 2i2 audio interface and Audio-Technica AT2020 microphone, which is reasonably priced. If you purchased it alone, it would be like 225 or 250, which is not bad for a microphone. And that would get you up and running. But for you, I'd say definitely send us those recordings so we can evaluate your setup, like your specific setup. But since you already have your equipment, that's a win, right? You have that set up.
So I do have one question then, because there is one piece of equipment that I need to get something of because my other one broke. Headphones. Do you have any recommendations?
Yes, I would recommend which ones come in the bundle? I think it's the Audio-Technica M50, Audio-Technica M50X is a really good pair of headphones. I can't remember if that's the one in the bundle or not, but those are the ones I use personally. And these are Sony MDR 7506. These are pretty good too. But I would recommend Audio-Technica. It's just they're just really consistent and durable. I've had my pair for like over 10 years, and it's still the same price. Oddly enough, I was in a music store the other day looking at what it costs in a music store even, and it's still like $250 10 years later. So it's very interesting. But
what's it called?
The Audio. Let me make sure I'm getting the right name. Audio. Doing a quick search just to verify because there's lots of numbers in it. Yeah, it's the Audio-Technica ATH M50X monitor headphones. I'm going to paste that into the chat here.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Audio-Technica ATH M50X monitor headphones. I would recommend those, to be honest.
What was the other one? Can you paste that one in? Because you said you had two, right? Or are they the same?
I would recommend those. And as I'm searching them online, you can get them. You can get them, I think, even cheaper than what I said, like $150. Yeah.
What was you said? Because you said two different types. What was the other one you said?
Well, the pair I'm wearing now is they're called MDR 7506, and they're all right. But I wouldn't. You can search those up too.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Victoria says now I gotta get the matching headphones. It's funny. All right. Well, I hope you guys found this informative and enjoyable. And I can't wait to hear how the week goes for you guys with regards to getting your studio set up, testing out your recording equipment. If you're at the stage where you're looking for auditions, how that goes, or if you're booking gigs, how that's going for you. So let's make this week count, and I'm looking forward to hearing more from you next time. All right.
Thank you again. Good seeing you all.
All right. Have a good night.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you guys. Have a great night.
You too.